France, a name that instantly conjures up images of romance, elegance, and world-class cuisine. But what if we told you that behind the picturesque streets of Paris and the charming countryside, there lies a world of shocking, jaw-dropping, and downright unbelievable facts? From marrying the dead to legally banning English words, France is full of surprises that defy its polished image. So, buckle up and get ready to explore the quirkiest and most fascinating secrets of this extraordinary nation. Some will make you smile, others might shock you, but one thing's for sure, you'll never look at France the same way again. France is the largest country in the European Union, spanning an impressive 547,000 square kilometers. France isn't just large, it's the largest country in the European Union by land area. To visualize this, it makes up nearly 1/5 of the entire EU's total landmass. Stretching from the English Channel in the north to the Mediterranean in the south, France is often referred to as El Hexagon, a nod to its distinct six-sided shape. But size is only part of the story. France boasts an unparalleled diversity of landscapes, from the majestic snow-capped peaks of the Alps to the sprawling vineyards of Bordeaux, the windswept cliffs of Normandy, and the glamorous beaches of the Côte d'Azur. It even claims territories far beyond Europe, such as French Guiana in South America and islands like Réunion in the Indian Ocean. However, when we broaden the view to include the entirety of Europe, France is eclipsed by Ukraine, which covers about 603,000 square kilometers, and Russia, the largest country in the world, whose vast expanse dwarfs all others. Despite this, France remains a geographical and cultural gem, offering a microcosm of Europe's beauty and diversity within its borders. You can legally marry a dead person. This astonishing practice, known as necrogamy, may sound like the plot of a supernatural drama, but it has been a legal reality in France since the 19th century. While rare, this law originally gained prominence during World War I when women sought to marry soldiers who tragically lost their lives in battle. The intention was deeply emotional yet practical, ensuring that the children of fallen soldiers were granted legitimacy and legal rights. The law resurfaced in 1959 after a heart-wrenching disaster, the collapse of the Malpasset Dam, which claimed 423 lives. Among the victims was André Capra, whose fiancée, Irene Joda, wrote a heartfelt plea to President Charles de Gaulle to allow her to marry her late partner posthumously. Touched by her devotion, de Gaulle granted her request, formalizing necrogamy as part of French law. Interestingly, these marriages come with some unique caveats. The surviving spouse gains no right to inherit property but may qualify for the deceased partner's pension or life insurance benefits. Women also have the option to adopt their deceased partner's surname. Even the date of the marriage is listed as occurring the day before the partner's death, preserving the illusion of a love story that death could not divide. It's a poignant yet strange testament to France's acknowledgement of love beyond life. The French don't care about affairs. Extramarital affairs are often viewed as scandalous and taboo in many cultures. But in France, the attitude toward infidelity is remarkably permissive. A 2013 survey conducted across 40 countries found that only 47% of French citizens considered extramarital affairs morally unacceptable. This stands in stark contrast to countries like the United States, where infidelity is widely condemned. In France, 40% of respondents said they didn't view affairs as a moral issue at all, and a bold 12% even found them to be morally acceptable. This laissez-faire attitude doesn't end with extramarital relationships. It also extends to premarital sex. Only 6% of French people consider it morally wrong, one of the lowest percentages globally. This open-mindedness reflects the French philosophy toward love, romance, and personal choices, a philosophy that prizes individual freedom over rigid societal norms. Cultural commentators often point out that French literature, art, and cinema have long romanticized complex love lives, blurring the lines between passion and fidelity. Even some high-profile French politicians have openly acknowledged affairs, with little impact on their careers. This relaxed view might seem shocking to outsiders, but in France, it's just another example of their unique approach to love and relationships. Animals need tickets for train travel. If you're planning to travel across France with your pet, don't forget their ticket. The French railway operator SNCF requires passengers to purchase tickets for their furry companions. Small pets weighing under 6 kilograms, 13.2 pounds, can travel for a flat fee of €7, while larger animals must pay half the cost of a second-class ticket. Guide dogs are the exception. They travel free of charge, no questions asked. This quirky regulation once made headlines when a traveler was fined for not having tickets for his snails. The SNCF ticket inspector deemed the snails transported animals, requiring the rider to purchase a €5.10 ticket for them. While the incident sparked laughter and media attention, it also underscored the French penchant for rules, even the unusual ones. So, whether it's your dog, cat, or even an unconventional pet, make sure they have their ticket. After all, in France, everyone deserves a place on the train, even the smallest travelers. Drivers cannot use phones, even when parked. France has some of the strictest mobile phone laws in the world, setting it apart from many other nations. In 2018, the government implemented a groundbreaking law prohibiting drivers from using handheld phones, even when their vehicle is parked on the roadside and the engine is turned off. This law, aimed at improving road safety, applies across the board, with only two key exceptions: drivers parked in officially designated parking areas and those whose vehicles have broken down. The reasoning behind this rule is clear. Distracted driving, even momentarily, can have catastrophic consequences. Authorities believe that allowing roadside phone usage might tempt drivers to pick up their devices in unsafe situations. However, the legislation hasn't been without its controversies. Critics argue that it is overly strict, leaving little room for practicality, especially in situations where a quick roadside call might seem harmless. This strict regulation underscores France's commitment to road safety, but it has sparked debates among citizens and travelers alike. For tourists driving through the French countryside or navigating the busy streets of Paris, this is a crucial law to keep in mind. Violations can result in hefty fines and demerit points on a driver's license, making it one of the most enforceable safety measures in the country. Challenges of living in France. A deeper dive into the realities of life in the hexagon. Living in France may seem like a fairy tale. Picture strolling through cobblestone streets with a baguette in hand, savoring fine wine by the Seine, and soaking in centuries-old art and culture. But beneath this romanticized allure lies a reality that can be quite challenging, especially for newcomers and expats. First and foremost, the cost of living is among the highest in Europe, particularly in metropolitan areas like Paris, Lyon, and Nice. In Paris, renting even a modest apartment can cost a small fortune, with average monthly rents easily exceeding €1,000 for a studio in the city center. Dining out at the city's charming cafes or bistros is a delightful experience but can quickly add up, as even a simple meal often costs more than €15. Groceries, too, are pricier than in many other European countries, with staples such as cheese, wine, and fresh produce, though of excellent quality, straining budgets over time. For families, the high costs extend to childcare, where private options can be exorbitant, and public services, while affordable, are incredibly competitive and require navigating a complex system. Then there's the tax system, which, while funding one of the most comprehensive social benefit systems in the world, significantly reduces take-home pay. French residents contribute to healthcare, education, unemployment benefits, and pensions through high-income taxes, social security contributions, and VAT, value-added tax. While these services are exceptional in quality, they come at a steep price. Another unavoidable challenge is French bureaucracy, infamous for its complexity and slowness. From applying for visas and residency permits to setting up utilities or enrolling kids in school, processes can be frustratingly time-consuming and require an almost absurd amount of paperwork. It's not uncommon for expats to encounter long queues, missing documents, or delayed responses, testing the patience of even the most organized and resilient individuals. Language barriers are another significant hurdle for those who are not fluent in French. While English is widely understood in major cities and tourist hubs, everyday life, especially in smaller towns, requires a solid grasp of the language. Ordering in restaurants, shopping, or handling official paperwork can feel like navigating a maze without fluency. Moreover, understanding cultural norms can be tricky. The French place great importance on politeness, but this isn't always expressed in the same way as in other countries, leading to potential misunderstandings. The French love their protests, and strikes or grieves are a common feature of life in France. Whether it's transport workers, teachers, or healthcare professionals, strikes often disrupt daily routines. For example, nationwide strikes can lead to canceled train services, closed schools, and public sector shutdowns, leaving residents scrambling to make alternative plans. While the French embrace this as part of their democratic spirit, it can be bewildering and inconvenient for newcomers. Despite these hurdles, France continues to captivate those who call it home. The stunning landscapes, from the rolling vineyards of Bordeaux to the sun-soaked beaches of the Côte d'Azur and the snow-capped peaks of the Alps, offer endless opportunities for exploration and relaxation. The rich culture, reflected in its world-class museums, culinary traditions, and historic architecture, provides a constant source of inspiration. Most importantly, the high quality of life, bolstered by the excellent healthcare system, long vacations, and emphasis on work-life balance, often outweighs the challenges. And there you have it, some weird and wonderful facts that show just how unique France truly is. A country that effortlessly blends tradition, innovation, and just the right amount of eccentricity. But this is just the beginning. France is a treasure chest of stories waiting to be uncovered. What did you find the most surprising? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love discovering the hidden quirks of amazing places, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell for more adventures around the world. Until next time, au revoir and merci for joining us.